A moody sunrise. An icy paddle. The Expedition Africa continued.
Morning, it's day 4 or 5 of a 500k adventure race. We just finished about a 3 or 4 hour paddle on the Kloof Dam. We started at 3:30 and the mist started coming in, made navigation a bit challenging out there, and it was a bit scary at times. But we're glad to be back and have survived it.
For those teams, one more day of racing lay ahead. Exhausted as they were, they knew the worst was done, and they were on the downhill run now. Many of them would have taken part in one or both of the double moon 2-night races of 250 Ks. And perhaps if you have a feel for this, you could cut your teeth in the Gauteng region anyway, on one of the 5 sprint races over 25 Ks that comprise the same elements as an expedition, but just much shorter. Then of course there are the popular 120 kilometre full moon races, 2 of which take place each year. The next is in August at Machadodorp in Mpumalanga. And then you can take on next year's Expedition Africa. (7:45) Thursday morning in Kloof near Villiers-Dorp.
Okay, it's definitely a ropework section more than the abseil section. We start at the top with, first of all, there's a 30-meter abseil, and then we go down some bundu bashing, which is always fun, and then there's a small 2-meter abseil just to get down, and then there's a few more rope sections that we have to do to eventually get to the post where everybody can walk freely again.
For Team Do It Now magazine, things were not going quite according to plan.
Unfortunately, we lost our third team member. I think he's a bit irritable at this stage because we made a massive navigational error.
But we're not sticking together.
No, but were we not doing that?
You're going
Were we not doing that?
We can't race like that.
No, but you're going on as if I'm going out of doing something that we haven't been doing the whole afternoon.
But we can't do that.
I know we can't, but we've been doing that because we didn't know where we were.
But you even did it up the mountain.
No, please, up. I went on the other side to go look for the spot, and we lost each other in that point, so I went to go see what's on the other side of the mountain. Unfortunately, by the time I got back, we sort of had gone different. The other guys had gone the other way, so we took a while to find each other.
Doesn't that look really good? When you're racing, you can eat anything, as much of it as possible.
So, apart from food, what is the secret to adventure racing?
We've learned that it's more a lesson in pain management than how fast can you go.
Yeah.
Sometimes not as fast as you'd like. For the finish just down the road, Jabberwock were at Hamilton Russell.
Bike from hell, because I was falling asleep towards the end, so we somewhere missed the turn off, and that cost us an hour to get myself on the map again. And then I fell off my bicycle sleeping, so then we had a power nap. Then I missed the Karweiderskloof exit because I was still sleeping. But yeah, here we are. So yeah, navigating and sleeping is not lekker.
Jabberwock crossed the line at 23 minutes past 9 on Thursday morning, some 74 hours after starting on Monday morning, and they came fourth. Tired legs, elated smiles, and happy hearts.
Oh, well, it was a very quick race. So that on the one hand bad, as all endurance events go, they're tough. In the end it's the distance, so if it's fast or slow, after 500 k's you know about it, your legs are stuffed and your soles are sore and your shoulders from the backpack and your ass from the bicycle, but yeah, here we are, and great to be finished.
A bright sunny morning in the Cape. Where would you rather be? Team Lickety split all together and going well.
Couldn't be better.
Well, it did get better because they found Team Cyanosis out on the road offering sustenance and support. A great gesture from the second place team.
It was fantastic. I think seeing scenery that I didn't know existed in this country. No one has to go overseas anymore. This is the most fabulous place. The Western Cape, this area, fantastic.
Last leg, feels like we're home straight. Got about 30 k's left. Can't wait. That beer is going to be so good.
I'm finally hit my high. I've had like a low the whole race. Yeah, I'm feeling good now.
End of the race endorphins have kicked in, and I think we're all feeling a bit perkier than we have been feeling for the last couple of days. So it's 4 or 5 hours to go, and the legs are tired, but the spirits are high.
And they should be for teambikesandwines.com. They'd had a fantastic race and were headed for 6th place. Iala were also looking bright.
Yes, no, I actually told him last night after the cliffing leg. We stopped for a drink, and I told him I only then realized that I'm out in the bush with 3 men, being the only chick. I only then realized.
With home around the corner, spirits were clearly lifting. Penny Pinchers AR had opted to submit to the sleep monsters for 2 hours at Theewaterskloof Dam before taking on the paddle at first light, rather than battle with the mist and cold as Castle Light and Uncharted did, a move that paid off as they overtook Uncharted. 1 self-employed man, 2 farmers and a preschool teacher, Bubbles Walder, enjoyed an excellent run on their last day, Thursday. The shortest leg of the entire race, just 7 kilometres, but the teams had to find and clip their passports at the 6 orienteering points at Hamilton Russell's vineyard. Hamilton Russell is one of the most southerly of all wine estates, situated as it is in the Hemel Ada Valley. The 170-hectare farm was bought in 1970, and it has developed into a world-class producer of Pinot Noir and Chardonnay wines. Team Castle Light were making good progress through the vineyards. Straight off their bikes, their legs were a little wobbly on the slippery descents. Adrian Safi and his team would go on to finish a very fine 5th place overall. Bikes and Wines, who were around 6 hours behind them on overall standings, were about to set off from the transition. They were looking for letters of the alphabet on the cards, which were then ticked off on the passport.
R.
But not everyone got it right.
What was the passport? O and the one before? 41.
Which was where? CP42 was in the tree. What was that one on the bridge? What was the one on the bridge?
They went and got it.
Yeah.
You Oaks went and got it, and you said we'll get it later, we'll put it on you. G.
Sorry. Seriously wrong. No, Jay was yesterday.
I think we should go back. We went, Jeff, Lettuce and I, James and I were looking at the map, and they went 20 meters up, looked at the point, and we were pushing time, so they said, well, we'll punch it later, they won't forget it. Now we've got here, we haven't punched it, and now we've got to try and remember what it was. So it's just to try and work out what it was now.
God, I'm gonna do it. You can hate me.
What are you doing now?
Congratulations.
Relief for penny bingers. Do It Now magazine were back together again and were on course, like half the field, to finish on Friday afternoon, as were teammates.
We haven't done a lot of
team events. In fact, we haven't done any team events before. This was the first adventure race that we've ever done together. In fact, the first adventure race that any of us have ever done. For me, you know, I'm a very organised person, and when people aren't as organised, I struggle with that, and I think I need to learn how to cope with people not being quite as organised as I am. That's definitely something I want to take away from this. I think we did fantastically well. Everybody should be immensely proud of what we've achieved, especially as this is the first thing that we've ever done in adventure racing. I mean, 500 Ks, who signs up for that as the first one? And I love you all.
Expedition Africa affected the competitors on so many levels. Minor team challenges or major personal goals, working in unison to achieve the end result. To finish, all of which brought an immense sense of richly deserved pride. For some, it was a life-changing event. For others, it was just another race. But for all, it was an extraordinary experience to be cherished for many years to come. Having completed their orienteering on the farm, penny pinchers made for the tar road in the fading light. It was Thursday evening and they pushed for the finish. They were 7th, 2 hours and 11 minutes behind Bikes and Wines as they crossed the line at 10 to 7 on that evening. Their strong last 18 hours, an example of wise, experienced management of effort and rest. Well done Bubbles, James, Jeff and Golf. Friday night saw the Onrus campsite host the prize-giving party. Virtually everyone was there. Great food, good wine, and the odd beer or two. And 5 days of Expedition Africa. All the ingredients for a night of ever-expanding war stories. All the teams interrupted their celebrations to go out and welcome in the second-last team, Jet, as they came in at 20 past 8 in the evening, giving them 14th place in 109 hours and 5 minutes. Tuane Erasmus, Tony Abbott, Jacques Boyson and Eugene Kelly.
I don't get a lot of leave at work, so if you get a week of leave, this is to make the best out of it. So that's why I do it. You know? You can just get experience so much more in a week. Week's leave, on an adventure race like this.
As the saying goes, all those who finish an event as tough as the Expedition Africa are winners. But some do so quite a lot faster than others, and they were rewarded for their efforts. 4th place went to Jabberwock. 3rd place, Team Accelerate from the United Kingdom. Nicholas Mulder and his highly impressive Cyanosis team were 2nd. And the race organisers, Stefan and Heidi Miller, handed out the gongs and a cheque to Team Merrill Adventure Addicts, winners of the 2011 Expedition Africa. Well done to Graham Bird, Hannah Smith, Donovan Sims and Tatum Prince. Close on 6 hours time difference between 1st and 3rd is an illustration of just how close the racing was, bearing in mind they've been going over 500 kilometres. A great race for mates in their very first adventure race of any kind. Well done to all the teams. But wait, there was still a team out there in the darkness. Mark Human and husband and wife Benedictus and Katja Koch. Their partner Richard Fair of Bad Medicine had pulled out after the 2nd day. They were closing in on Onrus.
We're the last team.
How are you feeling?
Yes, but yeah, excited that we're finishing, so can't wait.
It was well past midnight, the wee small hours of Saturday morning. And again, the welcome would be sensational. as all the teams came out to cheer in at Bad Medicine, including the winners, who'd finished 2.5 days earlier. Now that's the spirit of Expedition Africa for you.
Absolutely wonderful to have everybody back home. I think we've got such a major success rate after the months of preparation and you know, all the effort you've put in to put a course like this together. You know, I feel fantastic. It's quite satisfactory to get all the people over the finishing line, and I can see in their hearts that we've changed something in their lives, and that's what it's all about for us.
Gee whiz, you have no idea. That was just, I don't know, you know these things are going to be tough, but geez, not that tough, eh? Not gonna be.
There was a time when we were at the top of the mast getting a checkpoint, when we realized that if we continue to go for the checkpoints, that we are going to run out of time completely. We're not going to make the finish. I then picked up the telephone and I rang Stefan, who's the race organizer, and I said to Stefan, yes, it's Ben from Green Warriors here. We're considering missing a few checkpoints here because we're a little bit broken as a team, and we want to know what the implications might be on our finish. And Stefan said, well, listen, Ben, this is an expedition race. If somebody gets injured, nobody's going to come and fetch you. So that became a quote of the day. This is an expedition race. Man up.